Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Pilot Talks, a 10-minute shortcast that we launch to dive deep into what it really takes to launch and scale successful corporate pilot projects between innovative SMEs and startups and large-size corporate players. As you know, that we are launching a venture fund which is focused on financing these pilot collaborations. And as a part of our journey, we really wanted to interview the different stakeholders of these pilots. Today, I'm very excited because we have a special guest, a good friend, Michael Holtkamp, the venture partner and co-founder of LG Future Home Venture Client Unit. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Gergo. Thanks for inviting me. So, as mentioned, Michael Holtkamp. So, I'm part of the venture client unit called LG Future Home from LG Electronics, venture partner, and working for the European team of this venture client unit, which has, of course, a worldwide structure with the headquarters in Korea attached.
Yeah, I think the audience is familiar with CVCs. We have seen a lot, but when it comes to venture client units and venture clienting in general, I think it's a quite a unique concept. And to be honest, this was our inspiration when we were started to think about the fund and everything. So can you just tell us what is a venture client unit? What is venture clienting, and how do you work with startups?
Yeah, of course. We are, as LG Future Home, the kind of innovation unit for LG Electronics and their needs. So we are trying to establish partnerships. We are trying to source new technologies, new solutions for products, and with the aim to bring it to the market. And of course, that all should go in a quite structured innovation way. And then that's the venture client method, which is behind, kind of open innovation. Maybe to make it clearer, I think you can see it from two perspectives, let's say, from the external view and from the internal view. If you start with the external view, then you can see us as an entry door to our R&D and product planning, which is in the headquarters in Korea mainly. And what we do, we're supporting the sourcing of technology, we're supporting piloting and the adoption of solutions which comes from external partner towards LG products and then to the launch into the market. You bring it from the other side. So our internal view, we are kind of innovation catalyst for LG. So we want to make it easy for all LG members to source external technologies and to work with external partners easily. So we are supporting that from the internal perspective. And of course, so we work in both directions from the external and internal to make collaboration smooth and successfully in that perspective. As a glimpse a little bit from our side, from the LG Future, we are working with a slightly different approach maybe to other venture client units because we are not solely working with startups, which others do. So we are fully problem focused and we're trying to partner with suitable partners. Could be a startup, could be SMEs, could be a corporate, but also universities. So we are always trying to find the best solution for our problems and then tackle that with the partner, which has the best option to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to how we differentiate between a CVC and a venture client unit, I think it is important to say that you do not take equity stake and you do not invest, right?
No, that's not our mission. So I try always to explain it with the bakery. So if you're hungry and go to a bakery, you just buy the bread. So we are not buying the entire bakery like our CVC might. So we are going there and just take what we need from our partners in an effective way, try to bring it over to our products and our organization, implement it into our product solution and bring it to the market. So if there's some need, there's a follow-up investment and that things, then of course we are set up as LG because we have a corporate CVC. We have also the option to invest from the balance sheet. But then most things like the technical due diligence, of course, already done because we have already collaborated, and it makes it also easy way to start more on a collaboration technical perspective.
And I see many benefits to be working with you, because obviously if you have an LG amongst your partners, and you do pilots together, and share technologies, and also access to customers, I see this is a huge potential for startups. And that would lead to my next question. What are the main areas that you are looking for? Because as I remember that you have multiple challenge areas, and I was wondering, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about them.
Yeah, so we are mainly working for two of our business units, which is from LG Electronics, the home appliance solution and the eco solution, how we call them. And they already have a broad product portfolio in such, and that also has a broad range of potential solutions that we are looking for. I mean, that can be coming from hardware, from software, but also platform solutions. And overall, we're trying to improve, of course, our existing solutions, but also heading and going towards identifying maybe new business opportunities in new business areas. You can have, for instance, our existing product range as mentioned. So we have the home appliance solutions, which go from the standard white goods cooking solution, dishwasher, washing machines, maybe vacuums, overall to our eco solution, which is more on the energy related products, so
Mhm.
heat pumps, HVACs. And if we are going for improving our products, of course, key problems that we are facing is power consumption. So reducing the power consumptions, for instance, noise reduction, improvement of noise behavior, operating costs should go down, of course, providing higher convenience of the product, maybe easier use. And also quite important, then cost is always, we are in the consumer goods, consumer electronics, so reducing costs overall is always a big target for us. So it could be manufacturing innovations even, and lowering production costs in that perspective. On the other side, as mentioned, so if you go for new areas, I mean, I could, for instance, highlight robotic fields is quite active currently, where we're trying to bring robotics also in the standard consumer homes, trying to bring some value of robotics in consumer homes. Smart home is a big topic. We acquired the Homey platform last year, and of course, we want to get some benefit out of that, connecting our products, giving higher connectivity, interoperability in the fields, and also maybe identifying new options for businesses on data and whatever in that field. Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting, a lot of things. And when it comes to the collaboration, so how does it look like? And also, what makes a pilot a successful pilot?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I think there are two ways that we are working. So we call it more push and pull based. So which is more on the origin of the request or the technology side. So for instance, if you consider a pull, then we usually get some request on some issue or problems that comes like an RFP from our R&D and product planning. So then we are, as the venture client in LG Future Home, is actively going out and searching for solution partner that we can find, and then also work with them and transfer the solution into our corporate and to our R&D. But of course, we also have the other end, the push side, when we are going to fairs, when there's new trends, when we find new partners that we consider might be valuable, then we try to push it into our organization and try to establish that. Could also be from applications that we get on our websites, or some from time to time we also have some challenges. So both ways are there. Most effective, of course, if we start already with an existing problem, because then the need is already clarified. Yeah? And yeah, as you mentioned, so we are trying to do a kind of POC-like approach. So when we find some match, of course, there's a lot of discussion and trying to really see whether there's a fit of the technology and the partner. That is some meeting based. But if we identify that it fits, then of course we want to try the solution, and usually goes into piloting the solution. So because we are not only sourcing from appliance maker, or let's say companies that focus on appliance space, could be completely different direction, and then we really have to see that it can also be adopted into appliances. Yeah, and that has to be tested, and that's the POC or piloting, yeah, that we're running.
Interesting. And also, you have seen a lot of pilots and also a lot of like, well, I wouldn't call them pilots, but maybe, when they start a collaboration and, they will not even reach the pilot or POC stage. So is there any advice that you could give to the startups who are willing to work with you, something that they should push or something that they should avoid from? Any advice that can help them to do a successful full pilot with you?
Yeah, so I think key is that technology or the solution that is offered should be usually at a rather mature space because especially for us, we have a big R&D in our background, and our mission or our ambition is also to work together with external partners to speed up our own in-house development. So therefore, we start usually on a solution which from outside, which is more mature, and that should also be the starting point from the perspective of the external partner. Also, we should somehow align the expectations right from the start. I mean, what is coming after the POC? What could be potential business cases that we have? We also need to align a little bit with our R&D. What should they disclose? What is the requirements? What is needed? So we have to build up some trust before starting and, of course, during the collaboration to make that all successful. So we also need to specify a little bit what are really the interfaces to closely work together to make it really also happen. So otherwise there might be, let's say, surprises and also delays during the project usually. Yeah?
Mhm. Well, that's my last question because we don't really have much time. I just wanted to ask you, like, how the audience can help you. Is there anything specifically that you are looking for, or maybe you could share like what is the best way to find you and reach out to you? Anything basically that could help you.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we can be connected via LinkedIn. We also have our website from LG Future Home, where it's always possible to connect via getting some applications and proactively sharing some proposals if they consider that matches. And yeah, I mean, in principle, it should match with our product portfolio, and also, as mentioned, should enhance either our products. That is one thing, reduce the cost, or it should also maybe go in a more proactive way, which should be in the home space. Of course, that's our playing ground, and that should come together. And if then, of course, we are more than happy to check what proposals come and see if that could be also of interest from our side. So then, if that is the case, then we are happy to work together. Yeah?
Brilliant. Michael, thank you very much for accepting our request and share more about what a venture client unit does and also how do you work with startups. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show, and I wish you the best of luck with venture clienting. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Koga.
And of course, dear audience, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you could learn a lot about venture clienting, what's the difference between the venture client unit and the CVC. And also, most importantly, you could hear more about how you can work together with Michael and the LG Future Home. If you haven't done yet, please like and subscribe to our channels, including LinkedIn, Spotify, YouTube, and so on and so forth, the usual suspects. And like and share this post. And also, if you would like to get in touch with Michael, you're going to find his details under this post in the comment section. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I wish you the best of luck with your project. Bye.